What's good with it, Black Goose TV family, man? Double salute. As always, your boy Fluence is back in the building again on the Fluence Boxing side of the game. We here once again. Another day, another dollar. Happy Monday to the people. You know what I'm saying? Happy day after New Year. You know what I'm saying? We here. Another year, 2023 is amongst us. So I just want to hope, wish, congratulate, and salute everybody who had a good New Year. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We on to the next. We went from 2 to 3. You feel me? And now we got a year of 3. You feel me? So hopefully this year for everybody is going to be a lot better than before. Or I should say the last year. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything is on point for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wishing blessings to the people, blessings to the family. As always, much love. As y'all see, man, I'm here. We still here on the homeless side of the game. I ain't even mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no beef about it. It is what it is. We still here on the side of the game, but we still working. We still rocking. You know what I'm saying? We still staying positive. We ain't letting the positivity go away. You already know. And it's a new year. It's 23, man. So hopefully, everybody's New Year's resolutions. You know what I'm saying? It was strong. You feel me? Hopefully all y'all New Year's resolutions, you know what I'm saying? Y'all really trying to change the game up. So, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your New Year's resolution is, man, just stay at it, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. You feel me? And just try to be consistent with the joint. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate everybody, salute. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now too. This year, when it comes to the channel, y'all already know I got big plans. And you guys are all going to come and see it. You know what I'm saying? Just give me my time. Once I move into the spot, then I need to move into once I get the setup right. You know what I'm saying? Everything has just happened, but I'm telling you, when y'all see the new setup, like I'm going big. Like you know what I'm saying? Let me not put the expectations too high, but I'm like when I get the new setup, I promise you it's gonna be a lot more pleasant to the eyes, audio, everything. Y'all gonna really fuck with it, hopefully. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all just give me time on that. Once I find a spot, I'm gonna buy everything I need to buy. I still have like my computer and all that stuff. Like I saved my computer. I got my mic. I got all that good stuff. So that's a blessing. But I'm gonna upgrade a little bit when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, the camera. Obviously it's gonna be a different type of setup that you guys are gonna see because I'm gonna be in a new place. Um, and then also, you know what I'm saying, the lighting, I'm gonna change up the lighting a little bit. And I'm gonna stick with the mic that I got. But y'all gonna see, man, it's gonna be I got a lot of big plans. So I just can't wait until one, I need to find a place. That's the biggest thing right now. So um remember y'all last year, but I'm not gonna go too much into this because it's gonna be boxing. We're gonna talk boxing talk, but also too, if y'all come up here, we can freestyle, whatever the case and y'all want to talk about. You know, I never, especially with boxing being so slow, we don't really gotta stay on topic. You know how I do, especially now with the situation, man. We just having fun. But anyways, um, update. So I know I was looking for a house last year. The market was so crazy, wasn't able to find anything. Now I'm in a situation where I ain't got no choice. I'm either gonna, you know what I'm saying, I rent again, or you know what I'm saying, I pay a mortgage. And it's like right now rent is so high, it's like, why would you pay rent in a situation or for a house where the rent is higher than what the mortgage would be for the house? You know what I'm saying? Like the same amount, at least where I'm at, the same amount that you can pay rent for a particular house. Like I can get a nicer house and pay a mortgage at that same rate. So that's kind of what I'm in the process of looking for. So it's going to be a little bit longer, most likely, than I'm hoping for. But then again, it may not be. I don't know. So just know, trust me. I'm like, there's no cap this time. Like when the setup is set up, y'all gonna be loving it. It's gonna look fly. Like I got a lot of big plans, but I'm not gonna start ordering anything until I got the place and set because obviously I want the stuff to go to the address. But anyways, you know, you gotta speak, believe it, receive it. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that, you know, I'm gonna find a place that I find fairly quickly. It's not gonna take a long time. It's gonna be a beautiful spot that I really like, and then the setup's gonna come, and we're gonna be back going crazy when it comes to YouTube. But as of now, as you already know, I've explained it a million times, is the case. And if y'all rock with me, rock with me. You know what I'm saying? If y'all come up in here, 2023, first video of the year, hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? Show your boy some love, subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the family. Like, look, man, I'm still trying to get to the 5K, man. The circumstances ain't right. It's all good. But still show your boy love, man. We found a road to the 5K, you know what I'm saying? And of course, man, if you guys do come up in here, feel free to go ahead, comment, say whatever you want to say, talk your beef, have your beef with me. I love, different opinions. I love when you talking crazy to me. So, what I'm saying? I'm never feeling no type of way about none of that. So make sure y'all go crazy on that. Depending how it go a little bit later in the night, y'all already know I always drop the link, what I'm saying? So y'all can hop up in here. But by the way, too, y'all, I'm back consistently because in the fire, like all my clothes burned, so I wasn't able to work out because I didn't have no extra clothes. But I'm building it back up. So today, y'all check it out. First daily check-in of the year. We back. We're going crazy. And just so you guys know, man, the live streams like this, we're keeping it consistent. I don't care what the setup is. I don't care what the situation is. We're keeping it consistent with me doing the daily check-ins too. And also, you already know this weekend we're gonna have the first Fluence Lounge of 2023. You know what I'm saying? Hector Luis Garcia, Gervonta Davis, Boots Ennis is on the card, Andrade is on the card, so it's gonna be fire. So you already know, man. Support the channel, keep supporting the channel. We put out content no matter what. You feel me? But I'm telling you, if y'all stay rocking, if y'all stay patient, the new setup finna be crazy. I promise y'all that. That's a promise. That's a guarantee. So y'all just rock with me till then. We got Zen in the building. What's good with it, Zen? Good to see you, bro. Salute, Zen. Happy New Year. You already know what it is. So let me know. Let me know if you want to hop up in here. You already know I'll drop the link. So when you're ready, I don't know if you're driving home, whatever. Just tell me when to drop it. I'll drop it for you, bro. And so that means I'm gonna be dropping the link early, y'all. So I'm saying if y'all come up in here and y'all want to hop into the stream, talk your shit, just go ahead, click the link when I do drop it. But yeah, man, y'all stay patient with me. Same way I gotta be patient with myself. I'm saying? It's the best situation, but I'm telling you all right now, I'm like, it's gonna be crazy. So 2023, man, a lot of expectation, a lot of goals to be met, but it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. Gotta speak it into existence. You already know what it is. But okay, with that being said, I'm saying? Once again, happy New Year's to everybody. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their New Year's with your family, by yourself, with a woman, whatever the case may be. I'm saying? Or whatever you rock. You ain't gotta be with a woman. You do whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully you enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't crazy New Year, like maybe my Christmas was, I pray that the next day for you is even better. You feel me? Because that's just what you gotta be on. So with that being said, it's time. All right. 7 minutes into this day. You already know. Get all the bullshit out the way. We got some topics that I want to discuss, man. We're talking boxing tonight, right? And I won't even lie to you, not even on no extra shit. Like, not even on no extra shit. I'm not really trying to make this, and I don't want to make this into like an Andrade stream, excuse me, because I know a lot of people have their feelings. I know they feel a certain way when it comes to Demetrius Boo Boo and all those type of things. But I just have some things that I want to say about this. I have particular thoughts and opinions. So I'm gonna be touching base on some words that Demetrius Andrade recently released. As we know, he's fighting for the first time on PBC this weekend, which is also the Hector Luis Garcia card. We're gonna be talking about that a little bit because that's gonna be the best. That's basically the first boxing event, boxing pay-per-view of the year, and it's a pretty big one as a card goes. We usually don't get blessed like this early, early in the new year when it comes to boxing. Usually it's a lot slower. So obviously we're going to talk about that. And you guys also see at the end of it, if we get there, just something just throw up in there. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. The only reason why I put that in there, obviously, that's going to draw some attention because everyone wants to talk about it. But the reason why I want to put that in there is because it's not really about those two actually fighting. It's more so about BLK Prime double down on their previous statement of David Abisan versus Terrence Crawford being a success, saying that it did absolutely amazing. They didn't have to give out any tickets from what they expected and went above and beyond. And, on that particular video that I made in reference to the original statement from BLK Prime, everyone was saying, oh, it was a flop. How was it a success? Like, what people don't understand when it comes to business, especially businesses that are just starting, small businesses, you're not going to have the same you're not going to have the same goals. You're not going to have the same thresholds or same numbers that you need to hit as a long-standing PBC, Golden Boy, Top Rank, etc. So it's very interesting for people to be saying, "Oh well, it probably just hit a low number. How is that above expectations?" No, that's not good. It's like you guys are looking at it from a perspective of already a long-standing promotion. So, anyways, that's the reason why I have that in the last part of the comments. But I don't want to exhaust Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence because that's a what ifs. And I guess the thing I'm going to be talking about a little bit before also was going to be what ifs, but Demetrius Andrade. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. He said if he does not get Charlo. Obviously, he specified Jamal, but he said, "Hey, yo, yeah, I ain't got no problem taking Jamel too." But we know that's not gonna happen. He's too big, right? That's you just talking shit. But he said if he can't get the Jamal Charlo fight, he wants the winner of David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. Now, in my personal opinion, before I even comment on that, I think he should even be willing to take the loser of that fight as well. Because I think most likely I think that's who will be offered to him. Because okay, so keep this in perspective. I'm gonna kind of paint everything as much in a nice picture as I can, so it can make sense at least from how I'm thinking or I'm looking at things, right? So people criticize Demetrius Andrade for a very long time. Still criticize him, right? Duck fights. They don't want to take the best fights. They don't want to fight the hardest guys. His skill level isn't that good. Who is he? Et cetera, right? And that's a very um basic standpoint to have on Andrade because obviously, most likely, you're not familiar with who Andrade is in the sense of the deal he signed, who he was with for majority of his career. You can't, and this is one thing I try to tell people when it comes to boxing, you can't duck another fighter if the fight was never offered. Okay. And so the aspects or the mindset of people saying, okay, Andrade ducked Jamal. Andrade ducked David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, all these different guys in this division. But all the guys that you're naming out are PBC guys. When was the last time do I remember a PBC Al Heyman period offering or trying to make a deal with the zone? It's very rare. We've only seen it maybe one or two times, right? So Andrade was never big enough for PBC and the zone to make a deal. Neither was Jamal Charlo. So there's no like when people talk about ducking, the only way you can duck someone or consider it a duck is if the fight was offered, it was on the table, and the terms were fair. And the fighter decided, no, I'm not going to take this fight right now. That's being a duck, right? A lot of people aren't going to agree with me. That's fine. Live in delusion. I don't care. But you can't duck a fight that was never offered to you. So the interesting thing to me that when it comes to Andrade's situation now, and it's very funny how people want to avoid talking about this. People are going to act like it's not even in their perspective, in their realm of thinking. It doesn't make any sense. That's fine. I just had someone comment on the video I made a little while back on Andrade Nicholson, probably about a month ago, for it's the third fight on the Hector Luis Garcia Gervonta Davis card. And he basically said, "Oh, I'm 5 minutes in, and you still haven't said anything about the title." And really, and really, honestly, it had nothing to do with what I was saying. He was just bashing Demetrius Andrade. The overall comment was him bashing Demetrius Andrade, basically saying he's a duck and things like that. And that's what makes sports fun. But it's very interesting to me where people have this perspective, but they have no backing of what they're talking about. Does this how is it that Andrade is ducking these fights that were never offered to him? But as soon as he got out of the contract with Eddie Hearn, the first fight he has is under PBC. Why don't we ever come at guys as like Jamal Charlo, David Benavidez? Well, why don't you go sign with another promotion so you can make the biggest fights? We've seen this with Devin Haney. We applaud Devin Haney for this. Floyd did it back in the day. Canelo's doing it currently. Triple G to an extent. When your contract runs out, you do not have to sign with a promoter on the basis of they have full authority on who you end up fighting. Last I checked, Demetrius Andrade, the contract that he signed with Eddie Hearn, it just expired early this year. He was under like a 4-year contract with Eddie Hearn. So it's not like he re-upped with him. Like sometimes I do understand the Terrence Crawford hate when it comes to Terrence Crawford, where they said, well, you could have went over and you could have signed with Al Heyman if you wanted the big fights. It's interesting though, you can use the same argument where Errol, you could have went over, you could have, you didn't have to resign, you could be a free agent, you can go over, etc. But regardless, I understand both aspects. But what I'm saying is I don't understand the hate for Andrade because Andrade, he never had the opportunity to resign. When he signed with Eddie Hearn back in the day, I don't want to make this too much about this because a lot of guys get lost when it comes to me talking specifics in this case. But when he signed back in the day, he was promised from Eddie Hearn at that time. Remember Eddie Hearn? He just became over the zone. Matchroom started popping. Anthony Joshua was at an all-time peak, and Eddie Hearn was just preaching. He's all, American fighters come over here. There's pay-per-view is dead. I'm gonna get you all the big fights, pay you big money. Come here. Some people took a chance. I say this all the time. I repeat myself. I hate repeating myself. Tevin Farmer did it. Andrade went over and did it. It did not work out for them in the sense of popularity. They got paid the bag. They got paid over a mil each fight, so they got paid good. But unfortunately, pay-per-view was not dead, like Eddie Hearn and his own thought would happen, and they couldn't break into the U.S. market. So Demetrius Andrade now becomes a free agent from that deal that he signed with Eddie Hearn, and the first thing that he does is I'm gonna sign with PBC. And not necessarily sign with PBC, but do a one-fight deal. Like he's a free agent, he represents himself, but now he's basically saying there's no reason for fights not to happen because there's no reason for Al Heyman to tell me no, or there's no reason for me to have to worry about Al Heyman and Eddie Hearn trying to do business to the A and B side. I'm willing to be the B side. How is Andrade showing that he's willing to be the B side? Well, he's not even co-main event. Teron Boots Innocence. He's willing to be the third fight on the card of Hector Luis Garcia versus Gervonta Davis, and people are telling me like how does I just don't understand what people are thinking. It's like they don't want to acknowledge any of these factors, but yet Jamal Charlo is still out, still recovering from, I believe it was a shoulder injury. I may be wrong, but I think it was something with his arm, and still has not announced when he'll be back. Has not announced his next fight. We don't know what's going on with Jamal, and we do not hear anything. We're damn near criticizing, crucifying, respectfully. No blasphemy in here. Excuse me. Jamel Charlo, because he said, hey, I broke my hand. I got to postpone the fight. People are saying it's fake. Jamel's scared of Tim Tszyu. He doesn't want to fight Tim Tszyu. He's scared of what might happen. Literally post on his IG what the doctor said, the x-ray, etc. He still had the WBC say, you need to provide proof by this day for us to grant us extending the fight because of your injury. But for some reason, which by the way, like I said, he proved it, but for some reason, when it comes to Jamal Charlo, no one says anything. Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. Why is Andrade the fucking villain of the super middleweight division? It doesn't make any sense. To me. I love this. Andrade has the worst resume in all of boxing. You telling me Jamal Charlo got a better resume than Andrade? Who is Jamal Charlo fight? Matter of fact, who is David Benavidez fight? I'm just confused. If we gonna call out resumes, let's call out all the resumes. Jamal Charlo ain't fought nobody. Bro fought Brandon Adams, a winner of a Contender TV series Showtime had just created. It was only like 2 years old at the time, and Brandon Adams took Jamal Charlo to hell. Tell me the last time we seen Andrade struggle in a fight. I've seen Jamal Charlo struggle against dudes he was supposed to get up out of there. Do you not remember him basically losing to Korobov? I'd be confused. Like, let's be fair here. I'm not saying Andrade has a great resume. He doesn't. Neither does Jamal Charlo. Neither does David Benavidez. Caleb Plant, shit, we give Caleb Plant a pass because he fought Canelo. But other than Canelo, is his resume really that good? That's all I'm saying, man. Maybe I'm capping. Maybe I'm being extra. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm being a little bit too much of a fanboy. That may be the case. Call me out on it. But if you're gonna call me out on it, prove, like, I need the facts. I'm not denying Andrade has a bad resume. But if I'm doing that, y'all can't deny the fact that any other fighter that you want to talk about in his division that y'all say is ducking They resume ain't no better neither. We can't talk about Canelo. We got to exclude Canelo. Canelo got the best resume. He's fought everybody, and he can fight whoever he wants. Triple G's resume is crazy too, right? But if we're talking about this little man, like everyone always lumps Andrade with Jamal. Now all of a sudden they're lumping him in with David Benavidez, and obviously the newly one of ones is Caleb Plant, right? And if I'm missing anyone, let me know. But if we're just going to stay in that little small realm right there, nobody's resume particularly stands out of all four of those fighters. The only one would be Caleb Plant, obviously because he fought Canelo. That's just the truth. So if you're telling me, and let me ask you this, if you worst resume, trash, people feel a certain way about Andrade, well, he's calling everyone out now. Caleb Plant ain't said his name. The only person who said his name, like Caleb Plant has said his name, Jamal Charlo has said his name. Excuse me, Jamal Charlo has not said his name. Actually, I'll give Jamel this. Jamel said his name, but Jamel called out anybody. But the only person who's constantly said, yo, I'll fight Demetrius Andrade is David Benavidez. But he's also constantly said, yo, that's going to be a tough fight for me. I'm like, that's the thing. I'm like, everyone says Andrade is trash, bad resume, doesn't know what he's doing. No one knows him. But no one's calling him out. I feel like if he's that weak, niggas would be calling him out because that'd be a good W. That would be a good W on Jamal's record. That'd be a good W on David Benavidez. That'd be a good W on Caleb Plants. And vice versa. So why are we hearing the call outs? But Andrade moved over to a whole nother promotion in PBC. And now he's saying, like, yo, like, all right, I've been calling out, I'm over here. I want the Jamal Charlo fight. But, we all don't know what's going on with Jamal right now. You know what I'm saying? We know he pulled out of the Selecki fight because he was injured. But, we haven't heard whether or not I'm saying, he's good, his shoulder. Coincidentally, I'm pretty sure it was a shoulder injury, but, coincidentally, Andrade had basically something similar to the same injury as Jamal, but, you see Andrade back. But obviously, Andrade, his happened a lot earlier. His happened 2 or 3 months before. So I expect probably to hear something from Jamal maybe in the next couple of months, or I'll say in the next month, most likely. But even with that being the case, it's like, what is Jamal's next move? Because I'm like, he's not getting any younger. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to criticize Andrade as much as you want, just like Andrade. He's not getting any younger. But what did Andrade do? As soon as he was out of the contract, he said, let me go over here, sign a fight with PBC, get this W with PBC, and now I'm in a position to hopefully get one of these fights that I want. Because he's like, he said it himself, he's like, I'm probably not. Yeah. Like he said, this is what I love about Andrade. This is why he's such an intelligent fighter, because he ain't on no bullshit. Even though he's from Brooklyn, he could talk a lot of shit, but he ain't on bullshit. He was like, on the press conference for the Nicholson fight coming up, he was like, they asked him, he was like, you still want Canelo? Who do you want to fight? He was like, look, man. It's like I ain't no spring chicken. I'm 33. I know I'm getting old. Like I want the big fights early, but I know I'm getting old now, so I'm gonna take what I can get. He's like, I want the Canelo fight. I would love that, but what I'm saying, I want Jamal. Like here I am. It's me, Demetrius, boo boo. He's like, here I am. I want Jamal. You know what I'm saying? So he knows what it is. He knows he's getting older, and he's like, and he knows the possibility of getting the fight that he wanted is not going to get. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can criticize him however much how you went about it, but you can't criticize him now because he's going about it the right way now. And if he can't get Jamal, he said it himself. He said, look, if I cannot get Jamal Charlo, I want the winner of David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. And there's a reason why I think there is a big possibility for him to be able to get the winner of Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. Why do I feel that way? It's because the Canelo sweepstakes is over, right? Originally, Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez was supposed to be about who? Canelo, right? Jamal Charlo fighting Selecki. Canelo. Originally, Zach Parker versus Andrade, Canelo. All those fights were put in place, or not put in place, but all those fights, let me say this, all those fighters, promoters had expectations of the possibility of getting the Canelo fight, the sweepstakes, the grand prize, the lottery, right? What happened? A dude from Russia came and won the lottery. The ball came and beat Canelo. So with that being the situation and with that being the case, now these different promotional companies, mainly PBC, their hat is not in the race anymore because, like I said before, how many deals have we seen PBC, DAZN, and Matchroom make? Not many, very few. And it had to make sense. It had to be in a position where kind of like DAZN was put in the back, was kind of backed up into a corner. Canelo and Caleb Plant was a rare thing to happen. And it could have possibly happened again if Canelo beat Bivol. But with Bivol already having that W over Canelo, Canelo's whole entire 2023, his fights are set. He's fighting John Ryder, and he's fighting Bivol for the rematch. And that third fight is going to be very dependent on if he beats Bivol, because there's a possibility it might happen at 168. So that means all these PBC guys, they're out of the race. They're not in it no more. So now what does PBC do? We got to, okay, well, shit, we got to start spinning our wheels. You know what I'm saying? We got to start. All right. David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant set. Demetrius Andrade, don't fight Zach Parker. And I'm making this up right here, allegedly. Don't fight Zach Parker. We're going to give you a bag. Come on over here. We need to get our super middleweight division popping because Canelo's out of here, right? So now we got Andrade over here in the camp. I don't know what's going on with Jamal Charlo, but I'm figuring he's probably going to announce a fight soon. Now PBC could be like, okay, the winner of David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant, we can have him fight Jamal Charlo or whoever, you know. That's why I'm assuming Jamal Charlo's going to have a fight, because it's the only thing that kind of throws me off with the whole entire situation is like Jamal, he needs to have an announcement soon so he can be in this little kind of tournament, the same tournament you kind of see in the heavyweight division with PBC. There's only it's kind of what we're going on here. Let's go with it. Baki said, I think Beterbiev will fight Bivol before he fights Canelo again. Well, that is a very good point. That is a very good point. But you got to remember this though too. Beterbiev versus Yard is going to be happening, right? I'm a big Yard fan. I'm not saying Yard's going to be able to beat him or anything like that, even though I'm Yard all day. But you got to remember when this fight has happened. Bivol has already fought, and so Beterbiev versus Yard is happening. Canelo versus John Ryder is probably going to be happening a little bit after that particular fight. So you have to understand, I think Bivol is going to have the option. He's going to have two fights on the table. Let's say Beterbiev does beat Yard. He's going to have the Beterbiev fight on the table. He's going to have the Canelo fight on the table. I think if Canelo was willing to fight Bivol at 168, Bivol is going to take that fight because the Beterbiev fight's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? The Beterbiev fight is going to be there, and it's not going to be as much money. And you got to understand this too. Bivol is still in his prime. Beterbiev is a little bit on the older side. So I do respect that perspective, and you're probably right. But for some reason in my head, me looking at it from the business aspect of it, I think Bivol, he's not going to fight for the first part of the year. We're going to see John Ryder versus Canelo probably around February. And then we're going to see Bivol versus Canelo too around Cinco de Mayo. Even if Beterbiev beats Yard, I think Bivol is going to make Beterbiev wait. I don't see why you want to do that. I think that would be it's not even about even being smart. It's just a power play. It's like, yo, like I'm the money fight now. We got to remember before Beterbiev was the A side against Bivol. Bivol is now the A side against Beterbiev. So like you tell me, I'm like, if you got Canelo, you can fight Canelo, you can fight Beterbiev. Why would you not take the Canelo fight first, do your thing, and then go fight Beterbiev for undisputed? And that's what I'm saying. Think about this. Bivol can go down to 168. It won't be for undisputed, obviously, but basically take his belts. And Bivol seems disciplined, and he's young enough where he can move back up fight Beterbiev after. Let's say he beats Beterbiev undisputed, goes back down to 168, tries to be undisputed at 168 because the only belt he's worried about right now is John Ryder. And let's say, and like I said, Canelo's supposed to fight John Ryder before Bivol, so Canelo will probably become undisputed. But no, I think John Ryder, he has to enter in WBO, right? Or is that the actual WO? Because I'm like Demetrius Andrade. That's the enter WBO. Canelo's already undisputed at 168, right? My bad, y'all. That's a Fluence moment. Let me know. But I'm like, Bivol can make history if he does that. He'll go down to 168, but I don't think Canelo's going to want to fight him at 168. He's going to try and fight him at 175 again, but that wouldn't be his best history. But anyways, I don't want to get too far off track with everything I'm saying because I'm already a little bit trying. I'm like, wait, hold on. Let me make sure the facts over here is right because, you know what I'm saying, the facts I got in my head is about the original topic. But I'm like, when it comes down to the situation at the 168 division, as of right now, majority of what a lot of people would say PBC fans, when it comes to Jamal Charlo fans, which is fine, Benavidez fans, Caleb Plant's fans, etc., where you guys are criticizing Andrade, you have to understand, since the Canelo situation is now out of the picture, you're now looking at PBC basically saying, hey, guys, we need to make our own little thing here. And so we need to make it seem, at least to the public, that we have the best super middleweights in the world, because hopefully once Canelo does his thing in 2023, we can get him to fight basically the winner or the top of the food chain over here at PBC, because that's probably what it's going to come down to, right? And so they're going to have to make all these guys fights. But the thing that's interesting to me when it comes to this is we don't see anybody calling out anybody, right? The only person that we see calling out anybody when it comes to this whole entire situation is Benavidez, to an extent, and Andrade. And like me personally, I think it's very interesting that at one point, I remember a couple years ago, let me reminisce a little bit. I'll reminisce a little bit. I remember when Jamal Charlo was the talk of the town, right? A lot of people don't know. A lot of people were talking crazy, not crazy, but a lot of people were talking very positively or positive, excuse me, when it comes to David Benavidez. But you know, if you've been watching boxing a lot. By the way, I just got a cramp in my foot. But if a lot of you guys watch boxing a lot, you guys been following it for a long time. David Benavidez was not someone that people talked about very much. Okay, I don't ever want to bring up past shit, but you guys have to understand, David Benavidez is kind of a new phenomenon for a lot of these new boxing waves. Okay. Boxing channels, etc. A lot of people say, David this, David this, because we all know he has crazy potential. It says, you guys got to remember, he's still young. He's only 24. He's only 24. We're talking about 24-year-old guys in their 30s, right? You know, an exception to Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? But he's getting there. So David Benavidez is a new phenomenon. One thing that was talked about a lot, even Caleb Plant wasn't talked about the way it was talked about, right? You know what I'm saying? Everyone had respect for Caleb Plant. He was good. He beat what's that brother's name? For the belt. Okazaki. I always say his name wrong. Ugaguya. I say his name wrong every time. All right, so y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But even Caleb Plant was like a secret to an extent. Like hardcore boxing fans knew about him, but no one really raved about him. No one really started talking about him a lot to the Canelo fight, right? The person everyone always talked about when it came to the division was Jamal. That was the guy. That was the PBC guy. Everyone. Andrade don't want to smoke with Jamal. Jamal was the best ever. Even people would say, if Jamal fought Canelo, he would knock him out. Jamal. Even within all that, right? Like I was always a Jamel Charlo fan, but people wouldn't pay any. Even to this day, I still think Jamel Charlo gets discredited. I still think he doesn't get the attention and the respect that he deserves personally. You know, Jamel Charlo has done amazing things. Jamel Charlo he's taken losses or lost to Tony Harrison. I love Tony Harrison, one of the greatest skilled most boxers in my opinion at that weight class. He just never really did justice to himself because he had a lot of shit going on. But took a loss, revenged it. Got a draw with Brian Castano, revenged it with a knockout. Like Jermell undisputed. Like that boy is different. Still doesn't get the credit he deserves because there was such an admiration and love for Jamal Charlo. I would say in the last, not last year necessarily, but the year before, like there was 2 to 3 years where there was just an admiration for Jamal Charlo, and I almost think that a lot of the popularity from Jamel, the only reason people kind of latched on to him was because of Jamal. But it is for some reason, you know, there was so much more. What's the word for it? There was so much more attention drawn toward Jamal, and that attention also came with expectations. Those expectations, they were seemingly met by Jamal doing some beautiful things, right? But it seems to have tailored off a little bit in the last, I would say, year and a half, where you're almost as if the amount of praise he was getting, whereas also the criticism. I don't ever want to criticize a boxer where it's unnecessary, but if you're going to be so willing to say, hey, Demetrius Andrade, hey, Demetrius Andrade, where is the criticism for Jamal? Right? Charlo Andrade is a big fight at any weight. I hope they fight soon. Now, and I don't think this is the accurate thing for me to compare the two to, but I don't know if you guys remember when Jarrett Hurd versus Jamel were supposed to fight. And obviously, we've seen what happened with Jarrett Hurd in comparison to what happened with Jamel. I'm not saying Andrade and Jamal is the same dynamic. I'm not saying that. But what I'm seeing, what I'm watching, what is interesting to me is that Jamal is not regression, but I think it's the lack of putting himself in a position where he's challenging himself. Now, this is interesting, right? Because you guys are going to say, okay, well, Andrade has a terrible resume. True. But how easy is it someone from Brooklyn, someone from the States, to continuously, regardless of who he's fighting, continuously fight overseas, in front of a crowd, in front of people who don't know, at a different time, at a different time zone, and continuously perform? That's a different type of pressure. Even if the opponent to you guys don't stack up, that's a different type of pressure. Now, let's compare that to Jamal Charlo's situation, where, in my personal opinion, resume isn't that good as well. Hasn't really, fought no one that can really put him to the test, but in a more comfortable position, under a promoter, under spotlights, fighting in his hometown, time zone he's used to. So you expect him to perform, right? Every single time. And they're both undefeated, so they both have. But the difference between Andrade and the difference between Jamal, it's not the resumes. It's not even close to being the resumes, right? The difference between the two is I've seen Jamal struggle against opponents he should not be struggling against. And for some reason, he isn't questioned in the same way as Andrade. Whereas if you look at all of Andrade's fights, you saying he fought bums, he ain't struggled with any of them. You can't look at a fight Andrade fought where you say, oh, he's fighting a bum, and be like, and he had trouble with the bum. Respectfully. No disrespect to any fighters. I respect y'all whoop my ass, but that's just a fact. If you follow Andrade, if you see who he's fought, etc., you may not respect them because you don't know them, but he's never went in there and struggled. He's always showed, actually to the point where it's almost like, bro, get him out the ring. You out here just playing with him at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all on some whole another other shit. While in comparison, when you look at Jamal, he's been in the ring with some guys where it's like, we expected him to take care of business, and he struggled. So I don't want to harp too much on this because we got other topics that we definitely want to get into. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, y'all already know what type of time I'm on. Once it hits the 45-minute mark, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link down below. Anybody can hop up in here if you want. And I'm saying, and yeah, what Zen said, like, subscribe, show some love. Y'all in here, you know what I'm saying? Show some love, man. What y'all gotta say? Hey, I really appreciate Baki. Charlie, it's good to see you, bro, man. OG of the channel, man. He came up here. Charlie always hated Andrade. So it's like, much love to Charlie, man. OG of the channel, man. Really appreciate you, bro. But hopefully everyone's having a good new year. Well, day after New Year, man. Blessings to the people, man. Nothing but positivity, nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But all right. So this is what I want to kind of just really make you guys think about. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want you guys to really just put into your minds and at least try and be unbiased about the situation, right? Obviously, there's a little bias coming from my way. Andrade is one of my favorite fighters. But why is it Andrade is still getting criticized for who he's fighting? But yet the first thing that he did, but let me frame this way. Why is Andrade being criticized for who he's fighting? He's being criticized for supposedly ducking Zach Parker, who John Ryder, he had him quit, right? But yet nobody is acknowledging the fact or the factor that he signed at least a one fight deal when it seems like what he's articulating and what he's telling the people that he will continue to do business with them as long as he continue to do a co-promotional deal or do a one fight, two fight deal. He's not going to sign a long term deal. With PBC, the company that a lot of people came at me and said, "Oh, they would never fuck with Andrade again. They would never sign Andrade again." Why is he doing business with them if he's seemingly ducking the same names that are with that same promotional company? Does that make any sense? Why would you sign with a promotional company that has all the fighters that y'all say he's ducking? Just so he can get more criticism? Just so he can hear y'all tell him how much he ain't this and he ain't that? You think that's what he wants? So it's almost like the elephant in the room, right? It's almost like people are not paying attention. It's almost like people are trying to ignore one of the most obvious things. Your favorite fighter ain't what you thought he was. Because if he was, we've already seen it, man. I'm like, come on, man. This is 2023. You've seen what Devin Haney did, right? Floyd was the first one to do it. You've seen what Devin Haney did. You've seen what Triple G did. You've seen what Canelo did. Now you see what Andrade is doing, following in the same footsteps. I'm like, you've seen what Terrence Crawford did. Y'all want to talk all that shit about Terrence Crawford, BLAK Pro. They doubled down on their statement. Go ahead, look it up. They doubled down. They released another statement not too long ago, maybe 2 or 3 days ago. Bill K. Prime was like, yo, we are very happy with the numbers we did. We're very happy with the revenue we brought in. Reports, people trying to say we was giving tickets out. No tickets were given out. We were sold out. And we plan to have an even bigger 2023 after having our first launch event. They could be lying. They could be lying. They could be trying. I don't know. It could be all cap. All I'm saying is we're going to see Adrian Broner fight this year, and he's going to be on that same thing. So it's like the way I be feeling is like, I understand you can have your favorite fighter. I do too. You can have a bias. I do as well. You can feel a certain way, as do I. I appreciate all that. I love all that. I want y'all to go crazy in the comments, but I also want you guys to try. Oh, my bad, y'all. I accidentally hit the back button because my phone was about to fall. Anyways, but I also want you guys to try and just understand different perspectives. It's not always going to be the same. What you think is right isn't always right. And what I think is right isn't always right. But how are you going to still criticize this man? How are you still going to put him in a box and say that he is ducking, not willing, not looking for? And as of right now, from what we see, he is clearly showcasing, hey, it don't matter what the situation is. You feel me? I don't care what the situation is. I'm free from Eddie Hearn shackles, respectfully. I'm free from the shackles, and now I can do what I got to do. But it's like nobody wants to acknowledge that. Nobody wants to show love on that. But it's all good, man. That's just how it goes. All right, y'all already know, y'all. We 45 minutes in, so I'm finna drop the link. Still got some other shit I'm gonna talk about too. So y'all better be ready for that too. 'Cause y'all know, man, I ain't got no time for cap shit. All right, here we go. Hold on a second. I'm about to post. If anybody want to get up in this thing, talk y'all shit. I be seeing, man, people be they don't got no love for Andrade, man. They be feeling a certain type of way, and I never understood that. Hold on, I want to make sure the stream is going strong and it's good real quick. So I'm about to pull it up. I'm on the phone. So to people, man, Happy New Year. Much love. I really, if y'all want me to be real with you, because I'm just gonna be talking right now. But if y'all want to be real with you, I'm really excited for this card this weekend. I really think it's gonna be a good card. Like it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy the Garcia versus Davis fight is still happening, even though there was a scare for a minute. You know what I'm saying, with the whole situation, the DV and the calls and all that stuff. So you never know how that's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Especially in today's climate. You know what I'm saying? It's a sensitive climate right now. When those type of things end up coming out, or those type of situations end up happening, you don't never know what's going to happen. So, I'm happy Luis Garcia versus Gervonta is still going to go on. I think it's a great fight. It's an amazing fight. It's an amazing card. I like that Boots is the co-main event. I think Boots is going to end up most likely calling out the winner of Stanionis versus Virgil Ortiz because I think that's the way they should probably go. People should really go that route. He should get the winner of that fight. I just think there's probably a rematch clause. Because I'm like, Stanionis beats Ortiz. It'll be hard for me to believe there's not a rematch clause in that. I'm going to be 100 with you. But I'm really excited for that card. Good card. And then you got Demetrius Andrade as the third fight against Nicholson. I know a lot of y'all be like, I don't like Demetrius on stuff. Man, stop hating, man. I really hope he really stunts on you. Like, for real, for real. Curious. What a weird ass, But I really hope Demetrius Andrade stunts on y'all this weekend, man. Y'all already know we finna be going crazy with it. We're gonna have the first Fluence Lounge of 2023. It ain't gonna be like the way I'm used to, you know what I'm saying, or what y'all used to, especially when it comes to the original family members and shit. But we're gonna be here, man, for the whole card. It's gonna be fire. I'll probably be buying a pay-per-view for the first time in a minute though. That's the crazy part about it. I ain't bought a pay-per-view in a long time, but y'all know the situation. I'm about a pay-per-view. Look, y'all, I'm pulling up some shit to make sure everything's good. But hey, y'all see it. We 48 minutes in. I dropped the link. Y'all don't be scared. If y'all got something to say, come up in here. I ranted about Andrade for like 48 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I may got a little bit of something extra to say for that, but I'm not going to be too long on that. I kind of want to move topics and start talking about the Hector Luis Garcia versus Gervonta Davis fight that's upcoming this weekend. Like I said, first Fluence Lounge of 2023, man, it's going to be fire. Do I think the fight is going to be close? I don't think that's what this is about, right? Because I'm like, like honestly, as much as I respect Hector Luis Garcia, as much as I think he's a great fighter, um, I just think Gervonta Davis is on a whole nother level. And I'm hoping and I'm pleading. I'm pleading to the people for real, or to the boxing gods that, what I'm saying, this year really be, when it comes to boxing, that year that we've been waiting for as boxing fans, you know what I'm saying? And we see the fights that we were hoping to see. You know what I'm saying? We tease with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? This year is supposed to be the year of Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? This year is supposed to be the year supposedly Check it out. This year is supposedly, it's going to be the year of Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? This year is supposed to be supposedly the year of Usyk versus Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? All these different type of fights. We'll see. So I'm like, as much as I want to believe it all, as much as I want to be hopeful, hey, this is supposed to be the year of Jamal Charlo, you know what I'm saying, versus Demetrius Andrade. This is supposed to be the year of Canelo versus Bivol too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many big fights that can possibly happen this year. And it's like the question at hand is, will it really happen? Is this something, is this going to be another year where we're talking about what ifs when it comes to boxing and only be disappointed? Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman, possibly. No, I don't know. Manny Pacquiao wants to come back and fight. He says he wants Errol. Errol said, I don't want to fight you. You're too old. Why? Errol, why wouldn't you want to fight Manny? Who cares if he's too old? Put that on your resume. No one's saying Earl's a duck. Make sure I hit that like button for your boy. We here, man. I already know. But I'm just like, what can we really expect? And should our expectations be high or should our expectations be low? Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. I remember ever since I really started doing this, every upcoming year there's a lot to be excited for when it comes to boxing. And for some reason, only like half of it ends up happening. Like I even remember last year, you know what I'm saying? There were so many fights that I couldn't wait to happen. And a lot of them either got, injury, postponed, canceled. And it's like I felt like last year was a pretty solid year when it came to boxing. I think it was an up year, you know what I'm saying? Especially compared to the last 2 years with COVID and shit. Cause I'm like the last 2 years in boxing been trash personally, but and I mean consistency as a whole. I'm not talking about maybe like big moments or nothing like that, but I'm talking about like specifically you trying to pinpoint consistency. I thought last year was a pretty good year for boxing. So I'm like, with this upcoming year, like what's interesting to me, like obviously, we have a good card starting off. It's been a long time in my personal opinion. And long to some, short to some, but I think it's been a long time when we've started off, boxing was such a banger. Like I remember Earl Spence versus Danny Garcia kind of starting the year off, but like that card was kind of weak. We all kind of know where Danny Garcia right now is the fighter. So it was like that was a good fight to an extent, but it wasn't nothing to go crazy about, right? But I'm like, similar to Gervonta Davis versus Luis Garcia, it's not like that's a fight to go crazy about. But ultimately, like me personally, as a whole, as what the card is, that's what you need to be impressed by because it's kind of setting up for like, yo, this is what you need to expect. Because I'm like, me personally, I think it's setting up Demetrius Andrade to fight the winner of Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez, or if not the winner, he's going to fight the loser. And I think that's only if Jamal Charlo doesn't end up, you know what I'm saying, coming back from the woodwork, which I think the problem with Jamal Charlo is he's still trying to recover from the injury. So I think if you have Demetrius Andrade fight the winner of David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant, Jamal Charlo, even though I don't think he would want to do that, he would want a tune-up fight first. If he did, Jamal Charlo could fight the loser of Benavidez versus Caleb Plant as a tune-up. But I don't know. I really know what it is, but I'm like, they're setting it up in a way where there's gonna be some shit that we can be like, oh, okay, this is dope. Ron Boots Ennis, obviously he wanted Stanionis, but it's not. I already know Boots is gonna win the fight, but I think that's gonna set Boots in a position where possibly he can call out Earl Spence, call out Keith Thurman, and PBC might really consider it, or they're gonna push for him to get the winner of Virgil Ortiz for Stanionis. I really believe that. Then, of course, the big shebang, Luis Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. That is obviously setting up the Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis fight. Now, the only thing that I have skepticism about that fight happening, and you guys already know, like last year, I made mad videos, basically saying like, "Yo, that fight would be fire. I'm excited for it." But you know, what I'm saying I have my like, I'm skeptical about that too. I'm not like 100% in where I think that fight's gonna happen, but um, like you know, what I'm saying it's already been kind of put out there from Ryan Garcia and Ryan Garcia's camp that he's looking, he wants a tune-up fight before the Gervonta Davis fight. I just think it's kind of interesting that we have not had the announcement of his tune-up fight because if you want things to align for Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis to fight, if Gervonta Davis is fighting this weekend, at the very least, Ryan Garcia, his tune-up fight should be at the very least the week before the end of January, right? Like if Ryan Garcia has a tune-up fight outside of January, that just wouldn't match up in terms of them being able to fight. So I am getting a little bit worried about the possibility of that fight because they have not yet announced Ryan Garcia's tune-up fight, or maybe they have, and I just don't know. Let me see. Maybe that's what I need to do, y'all. I'm gonna let me see if they announced this tune-up fight. Because actually, now that I think about it, I think they did announce this tune-up fight, but I don't think they had a date. All right, Ryan Garcia next fight. Let's see if I can still have confidence in this happening. Okay, yeah, it's all right. So there we go, guys. So let me see if I can show you guys this. In case you guys can see that Ryan Garcia versus Masito Gesta reportedly signed for January 28th. Ryan Garcia will return in a 140 fight on January 28th against Masito Gesta to set up his bout with Gervonta Davis in April. So it looks like we might get this fight, man. The reported fight between Ryan Garcia and Marcito Gesta as Garcia's January tune-up for Gervonta Davis in April is now reportedly signed for January 28th. Garcia 23-0, 19 KOs, fought twice, 2022. Who gets Tito? I don't think I've ever seen a fight. The 35-year-old Gesta, 33-3, 17 KOs, never quite lived up to early hype. Is one of the many next Pacquiao's. Okay, so um, okay. It's interesting though. His next fight, he's really staying at 140. I'm like, he's really not like Ryan Garcia was for real when he said he's not a 135. And remember, this is going to be a catchweight fight between Garcia and Davis. So, all right, I take back a little bit what I said. Looks like that fight's probably going to happen. So, if, if all goes well with Luis Garcia and Gervonta, and then Ryan Garcia versus Masito, looks like we're going to see Garcia versus Tank Davis in April, which is wild. It's such a big risk coming from Ryan Garcia and his camp, Oscar De La Hoya, but. And you guys got to think about this. Like the way I think about it from Ryan Garcia's camp is either Ryan Garcia has, oh, it's one or two things, right? It's like Oscar De La Hoya kind of learned with the Canelo situation. Like I can't control these young fighters' futures. I have to let them do what they do, or they're going to look at me and they're going to say, "Well, you prevented me from this and that." There's that situation, or there's a confidence within Ryan Garcia's camp and Oscar De La Hoya where they really feel like he can beat Tank Davis. Because you got to understand, like Ryan Garcia doesn't need this fight right now. I would argue Tank needs it more than Ryan Garcia, right? Regardless of what you want to say the A side and the B side is, I'm like Garcia, he could wait 2 to 3 years and then say, "Hey Tank, let's fight." He can do that. So I'm like, it's either a situation where they're put in a position where they feel like they have to do this, or also Oscar De La Hoya is like, "Yo, I don't want to try to tell Ryan Garcia what to do because I don't want to lose out on him." It's kind of similar to what happened with Canelo. Or, both Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia's camp, they really feel something and see something in a certain light, in a certain way, where they're saying, "Oh, well, I really do think if we take this chance, if we really roll the dice, it's gonna land on six." You know what I'm saying? Like let's bet on this. They see something in Gervonta. And I kinda have an idea of what I think they see, right? So personally, what I think they see Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into that just yet. What I want to say though is this weekend is gonna be a good time. I'm very, very happy that we are starting the year off right with a good card. It was almost ruined because y'all know the situation and all the allegations, but we beat all of them, so we here and we'll have a good time. So make sure y'all join me for Fluence Time. It's gonna be great. Y'all already see, man. Look, y'all like y'all been hopping in here like crazy, man. Make sure if y'all come up in here, man, hit the like button. Like even if y'all not part of the family, just show your boys some love. Get me in the algorithm. Hit the like button. Um, and if you aren't part of the family, subscribe to the channel. Man, don't be scared to get in them comments, man. Get in the comments. Say what you have to say. Don't just listen to me talk. Say what you got to say. Y'all know already. I got the link down below. So y'all can join us if y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Don't be scared to join up in the chat. And say your piece, man. So you know what I'm saying? Say something. Get it popping. So you already know what it is, man. Once again, hit the like button, show some love. Get up in the if you want to get up into the chat, if you want to get up on this StreamYard, I got the link right there. Make sure y'all hit on the link. You know what I'm saying? It's just nothing but a good time. It's what we be about when it comes to Black Goose TV. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Anyways, now with Gervonta Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia happening this weekend and still on. We don't got no problems. Obviously, it seemed like there was some hiccup. It seemed like it wasn't going to take place at some point. But ultimately, like I said, I don't want to toot my own horn or nothing like that, or you know what I'm saying, say I told you so, but you know what I'm saying, I kind of called it. I knew it was going to happen where the situation was a situation of what it was and everything is going good the way it is. But uh with that being said, the fight's going on schedule, with the cars going on schedule, there's a like like I was breaking down and explaining before. There's a lot of future implications coming from this card with Boots being on it, with Andrade being on it, with Gervonta Davis fighting Hector Luis Garcia. There's a lot of potential for some big fights to happen based off of this one particular card going on. So I'm very excited to see it. I'm very excited to watch it. Y'all already know. Y'all make sure y'all join me for Fluence Lines when it comes to the joint because we're gonna be on point. We're gonna be going crazy with it. But with that being said, the question I want to kind of present to the people, speculate on, talk my little shit about it before we move on to the last topic is there a possibility, a small possibility, a small window, not a lot, not a whole bunch, nothing crazy, but is there a small possibility that Gervonta Davis might take a L in this? Is there a possibility we're all underestimating who Hector Luis Garcia is? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he came in, he upset Colbert. You know what I'm saying? A rising star, Chris Colbert. I said Steven, excuse me. Chris Colbert, a rising star. Gave him his first, one. You know what I'm saying? But it was on the wrong side of the game when it came to the category. So is there a possibility there's more that can be given or more credit that needs to be ensued when it comes to giving Hector Luis Garcia his flowers? You feel me? Or is it something where, you know what I'm saying, even though this is a very good fight that's going to be taking place at the end of the day, uh, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like we know what's being presented to us. We know what's happening. That's just the case. We can't deny that. Should we respect it? Damn, that joint ain't stand up. Oh, I was thinking, y'all gotta use the bathroom real quick. My bad, y'all. Y'all know it's different, man. I got the setup different, so y'all gotta bear with me, man. I need to use the bathroom. That was the only way I was able to do it. I need to get. Well, I realized too, y'all. Like when I go, when I do the no cam, I need to get it where it shows like the little picture. You feel me? And I want a picture where I'm like, you feel me? So when I go no cam, y'all still see me. I'm saying y'all see me, but y'all don't see me. Salute, man. Salute to everybody, man. Y'all been rocking with me tonight, man. Y'all been coming up here. Make sure I hit the like button. Just some love. I just don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all scared? Ain't none of y'all want to hit the link. None of y'all want to come up here and talk your shit. It is Monday though. It is a New Year. It's the beginning of the week. I'm talking crazy, going wild at y'all in the beginning of the week. I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, flu really out here finding a new one. Nah, y'all gotta understand, man. When you dealt with this shit I dealt with, man, you gotta come crazy with it. Like no cap, nothing extra. I'm really excited for this boxing year this year, man. I think 2023 is really gonna be fire. I'm hoping so. Not only that, like I know I've kind of said it and repeated myself when it comes to this weekend, when it comes to the first card, but it's like it's just mad rare. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to just boxing really starting off in the beginning of the year and they really just showing love, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that's the biggest reason why like the first 40 minutes is like me low ball kind of like defending Andrade is because like it's rare nowadays. Like you'll see a fighter willing to do what Andrade did, and it's like he's not getting no love, he's not getting no respect, like nothing for it. Like that's crazy to me. It's like the fact that there's no appreciation for what Andrade is doing in the situation that he's putting himself in. And it's just he's just looked at it as like, okay, well, he's just a regular fighter. His resume is trash. Like that's wild to me, man. It's like I don't really understand it. And it's like to an extent I do, I guess, but it's still like it ain't fair. So it's like it's not me. I'm not gonna try and be like extra, you know what I'm saying, be over the top and defending them. I'm just trying to put a perspective to y'all when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta put some respect on Andrade's name, man. And I really got faith and I really believe this Saturday, man, he's really gonna make y'all he's gonna put you on notice, man. He's gonna put you on notice. He's gonna have a performance of a lifetime. It's gonna be a master class. I don't care who he's fighting. Because I'm like, y'all want to be so big on resumes when it comes to Andrade, but your favorite fighter ain't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even with that being the case, I still want to hype him up and be like, well, yeah, that dude wasn't the best, but just look how good he is. So it's like the eye test is real, regardless, in so many different situations. And it's like, y'all don't, yeah, it's like, it just all depends on y'all be situational when you choose. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to choose this situation. I'm going to choose this situation. I'm going to be on this. I'm going to be on that. And so I never be understanding it, bro. I never be understanding it. It's like sometimes I be on the same thing, but at the same time, I don't. So make sure I hit the like button, man. We here, man. We here late. You know what I'm saying? We got the last topic that we're gonna talk about. Touch on Gervonta Davis, Garcia happening. Touch on Andrade, you know what I'm saying? And why y'all keep disrespecting what the fuck been going on in Andrade's life. The last topic we're gonna talk about is Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Mm-hmm. This y'all favorite subject too. Y'all love when I talk about Crawford Earl. Nah, y'all be feeling away. Y'all always be in y'all feelings whenever I talk about this. It'd be funny to me, bro. But the main reason I'm touching on this topic is because they doubled down. BLK Prime has doubled down. So I'm gonna pull up this article. I'll pull this article up. Y'all see what happened with the football player though? That shit look crazy, bro. I'm just gonna disconnect from the internet. Well, I'm disconnecting. But y'all know. So they doubled down. So you already know, like um, the original article that I read from is like 3 weeks ago. Hold up. I want to talk about what Adrian Broner said and what Bill Creek Prime. So as of 6 days ago, they doubled down on their statement. So everybody trying to make it seem like, okay, I was capped, all type of stuff. Like it's not about, and this is what people don't understand. Like it'd be funny, like I could run like my own business, right? Or like let's say my YouTube, right? And I could be like, yo, this was a good year for me. Like I really like this was a good year. But it's like comparing my year to like a Logan Paul or something like that. It's like, nigga, you ain't doing shit, right? So it's like people don't understand, like when it comes to businesses, like people be trying to put their expectation and their numbers on businesses. And it's like, you don't know what was good to them. Like what was good to them may not be good to you, but that's not your business. So you don't know what they needed to break even or nothing. You can do all this math and shit from the information at hand, but you don't know what type of money they was given and what type of money they say you don't got to pay back until 2040. Don't you guys know how that's investors work? It don't take one event to pay a nigga back. Like it depends on how much they really did. They can be like, hey, yo, this is something that's over a course period of time. And it's like a lot of y'all don't be just seeing that. It's like y'all be looking at it from a certain perspective. So we're gonna get into the details of that, okay? Not just as of yet, because a lot of y'all was hating on that. And I don't understand why I was hating. But y'all see me, I'm about to finna go a little break. But I'm still on the joint. You already know I'm staying on it, man. Salute to the people, man. Make sure, man, if y'all feeling the type of way, man. Y'all got something to say, man. It's raining where I'm at right now, y'all. It's raining, it's cold. It's got lightning outside. Shit ain't no joke. I ain't finna lie to you. It's going crazy. It's going crazy, man. Y'all stay blessed up, prayed up. You feel me? Hopefully y'all never going crazy. Y'all good. I'm about to go back out the whip real quick. You know what I'm saying? Get reflew. Hopefully, by the time y'all coming back up in here, man. I'm tired of y'all, man. Why just be up in here watching? Why don't nobody want to join? Talk their shit. Where Dub ass when I need him? Dub right side. I need Dub up in here right now. We talking this shit going crazy. But we're gonna go on to our last topic. We're gonna talk about Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. I'm gonna have some things to say in regards to that. Y'all can feel any type of way y'all want to feel about that. But I'm gonna go into how I feel about that. I'm also gonna talk about BLK Prime talking this shit, doubling down on what a lot of y'all said they would not double down on. So make sure y'all stay rocking with your boy, man. We having a good time. Different format as always, like I told y'all. Move. I ain't got time for you niggas. I do. Salute to the people. And during this whole entire time, man, if y'all want to hop up in here, y'all already know, man. I'm just showing nothing but love, man. Happy Monday. Hopefully, y'all New Year's was crazy. Y'all got to enjoy it with your family. I gotta make sure I got everything. I gotta make sure I got cars because y'all know I'm homeless right now. All right. So hold up. It's gonna be raining like crazy outside. Let's get it. Make sure I got the cars with me. Cool. All right. Salute to the people, man. Much love. We here. Y'all rocking with me. Fluenceboxing. We going crazy. I'm telling you right now, man. I will never understand the disrespect Andrade gets. It's never gonna make sense to me. Oh, there's a big ass hornet. I won't let it do it there. That might kill me. God. Oh, it's raining like crazy. This is crazy, yo. Man, I'm telling you right now, man. Winter, where I'm from, man, it's been the wildest in the world, man. I never would expect type of weather. I'm like, it's raining where I'm at right now. Like big raining, not even on some low key type. I know a lot of y'all was in here, man. We here for the boxing talk. I got y'all. I swear. Like, not no cap, but you guys, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand. Different format type. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta rock with me. I was giving y'all boxing talk for a whole hour. I gave y'all a whole hour and like 10 minutes of boxing talk. So I'm like, don't come at me right now because your boy need a little break. We're on the last topic and you feeling the type of way. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing. We got Zen in the building. Look, perfect timing. Just y'all want to be whacked because y'all was showing mad love in the beginning. What's good with it, dog?
Oh my goodness. These niggas don't even know they talking to a goat. This nigga out here,
Bruh.
go. That boy Blue.
I'm telling you, they trying to be mad at me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say this. I'm like, I don't know if it's y'all hate Demetrius Andrade so much. Whenever I put his name up, y'all want to flock in and see what niggas are talking, but no one was really being disrespectful. So I'm like, oh, y'all want to show me love when I was going an hour straight, and now when I need my little break for like 5 minutes, y'all want to be out. Now I'm playing. I got nothing but love for everybody, bro. What's good, bro?
What's the deal with you, dog? I saw
Man,
you
you
was on
already
that.
know, man.
I already know you on that ghost shit early in the year, man. It's only day 2, and I already know you doing something extravagant. You hear me telling you?
It all depends on who you talking to.
Man, fuck whoever not seeing what we talking about. That's their problem, nigga. I'm talking about niggas that see the vision. You hear?
Only person who see the vision is yourself. You know what I'm saying? So fuck if they don't know what's happening.
That's what I'm saying. Throw gasoline on it and let that shit burn. You
On
hear?
Usher type shit. You know what I'm saying? You already know.
I just want to let y'all know, man, for all the 5 people in here that's probably still haven't liked the video, very
Like the
disappointed.
video, damn it.
But for all y'all that's tuning in, man, this guy right here, yeah, you got the point on right, boy. This guy right here, man, he a warrior. Matter of fact, let me take that back. He a gladiator, dog. This boy right here, he be fighting. Y'all don't even know what he be fighting, man. He be up like that nigga Nip said, I been fighting battles up a steep hill. That boy on a steep hill fighting for y'all, man. You don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna elaborate neither. Just know this man right here is a gladiator, man. He be going to war, he be battling, he be doing what he need to do. You feel me? And he
And
always been trying to.
I'm telling y'all, man, a month and a half max. The setup is finna be crazy. Y'all gonna be like, oh damn, this shit is like 5 year, 4 years in the making. What the new setup will be. So y'all I'm telling y'all, man, we finna be, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody, man. Y'all rocking with me right now on the low side of the game, but I'm telling you, man, y'all gonna appreciate it, man. In like at tops a month and a half. It's gonna be crazy. Y'all gonna be like, oh man, okay.
Man,
But
they better appreciate it, boy. If Carcino was doing this, and we on our Carcino right now, boy, we coming off the phones at times, man. We moving and shaking, but nonetheless, content for y'all motherfuckers. And y'all motherfuckers better appreciate it, man, because we going into a new year and we don't need no toxic energy, but we need all energy. Even if it is toxic, we gonna redirect that back to you, and we gonna keep it positive over here. You heard?
just make sure y'all click the link. If y'all got some shit to say, don't just say it in the comments, man. Click the link. We've been dropping the links, nigga. That's why I salute to J Rock. J Rock talks a lot of shit, but that nigga was not scared to hop in. So I'm like, just be on that. If y'all want to talk your shit. Just make sure y'all hop in, man.
I mean, Dub the only one that be coming in really, and he don't be talking shit. You know, Dub come in. You feel me? He gonna bring his points, and you feel me? He gonna get his points across, and then after you feel me, he get his points across. He go on mute, hear what you gotta say, and if he don't like what you say, he gonna come back with some more points. If
How
he
you
agree,
doing, bro? You solid though? Cause I'm like, I'll say this right now, everybody. Like I said, hey, we've been talking boxing an hour and like 10 minutes straight. Got my guys in it. What's good, man? How you feeling?
nah, man, I'm good, man. I had a 2 a day today. You know what I'm saying? I had one of those in a minute. Had a 2 a day. I was cooking the gym. I had all the old heads giving me respect. You know what I'm saying? And it was a good day, man. Good sweat, good cardio. Got to see my peoples. You feel me? People I ain't seen in a minute. Got to see them in the new year. So I thought that was pretty good. So you know what I'm saying? I can't complain. Got to see my grandma. Went over there and gave her some good quality time. Because I know she getting older. So you know what I'm saying? Gotta, cherish them little moments. And you know what I'm saying? It was a good day, man. I can't complain, man. If I put on a scale, man, about 4.7, man. After I eat, maybe about 4.8. Because I'm about to start watching that Yellowstone show. Because I need something to watch. But BMF come out Sunday, baby. So we here. We got some new shit coming.
That's a fire ass day, nigga. I ain't even finna lie to you. Especially for the new year, nigga. That's solid.
You know what I'm saying? I got money coming in because I worked on New Year's Eve and New Year's, you know what I'm saying? So I got me a good little check coming to me because I was out there grinding 8 straight hours, no stop. I was out there on the hustle, boy. And it's crazy. I had somebody complain about my driving. Mind you, it's floods in the streets. So they talking about some of my maneuvers. I said, bitch, if it wasn't for my maneuvers, we could have died. But nonetheless, I didn't let that shake my spirits. I didn't let that shake nothing I was doing because I was like, you know what? I ain't letting none of that negativity bother me. You know what I'm saying? And then I went to church on Sunday because my auntie asked us to all go to bring in the new year because she wanted to be around her family.
Hallelujah. Thank you,
Wait,
Jesus.
and I'm not gonna get into everything that it was talking about, but one thing I'll tell y'all, you feel me? My boy Flu, he gonna hear it. He's the message and the theme of this year was just let God fight your battles. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Not saying don't do nothing. You gotta do the work, but you know what I'm saying? Don't stress too much about things you can't control. Just keep moving forward, making sure, you know what I'm saying, just let God fight in your battles, man. You know what I'm saying? Just step by step, baby.
It's beautiful, nigga. Salute to
Yeah.
everybody too. If y'all come up here, man, hit the like button. That's beautiful, nigga.
What
Sound like a
about you,
good day.
dog? How was your day, man? That's what I care about, man. Cause y'all don't know, man. Like I said, man, it's a gladiator over here, man. It's right here. This dude right here, man. He a fighter, dog.
Them
That's
niggas know. I dropped like 3 videos telling these niggas.
oh. Well, I'm gonna tell them again, because there might be some new niggas that don't know.
But my day was good, man. My day, man, was very good, man. Finally had enough clothes. I told him in the beginning, but had enough clothes where I could go back to the gym. Shit to go. So I went crazy in the gym today, nigga. I
You
felt like
bought some clothes, or you just went back to the crib and got the rest of them?
you talking about I had to buy. All my
Oh,
clothes was burned.
damn.
So you know what I'm saying? I already had some clothes I bought, but I hadn't bought any gym clothes yet. So I bought some more gym clothes, got some extra shit. Luckily, you know what I'm saying, where I work, I can also grab some shirts for that from that. So I can, you know what I'm saying, do what I gotta do as far as having some extra shit for working out. But you know what I'm saying, finally able to get back to working out. Good day work. Work was cool. Been enjoying work because work, you know what I'm saying, it feel normal, you know what I'm saying, it feel regular. So work was cool. Finally able to go at the gym, went crazy at the gym. So I feel great, nigga. Like today was a great day for a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I still got a lot of shit I gotta handle and all that stuff. Um, that's the thing, man. Preparation, y'all. I just, you know, a lot of times you do shit, you prepare, and you don't know what you prepare for. And it's like when you're in a situation where it should be bad, obviously it's not where you want to be, but it's like if you prepared, you got options. So, you know what I'm saying? The biggest thing I'm dealing with don't got nothing to do with my living situation. You feel me? Because all that's gonna be to get taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Probably one of the biggest headaches is just on the side of, you know what I'm saying, you make certain connections, you're trying to deal with that. But other than that, you know what I'm saying, my day to day was absolutely amazing, man. And I also I want to shout out to the BlakGooseTV family, man, tonight. Only on for like an hour 22, which y'all been showing out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, my day was probably like a 4.4. I haven't eaten yet. When I eat, probably be like a 4.5 type shit. All depends on what time I go to sleep. Because it is Monday. It's the beginning of the week, and I'm starting. Damn, this nigga must be drunk.
Yeah.
Bro, on God. He backed up into this parking spot and hit this whole fence, bro. I'm watching
Damn.
him right now. He almost did the same shit, bro. But uh, it'd probably be higher if it was earlier. Because the beginning of the week, I don't know, yo, they going crazy over there. But it's the beginning of the week. But yeah, 4.4 probably after I eat 4.5. So yeah, good day, man. Good day. Felt
Gotta
normal.
stack those, man. Gotta stack those like snow. You know what I'm saying? When you look first see snow, it ain't nothing. You go to sleep and wake up, you like, damn, it's about 5 inches of snow. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta stack these good days like snow, man.
Yeah, because they rare and there's always gonna be some bullshit that comes up. But yeah, man, this year, man, 2023, new year, man, we gonna go crazy with it. I ain't even tripping about it. But
Thanks. I dropped the tape for y'all. Y'all care. I dropped
let them
the
know. Let them know where to get it.
it's on SoundCloud. It's on our SoundCloud on Black Goose. Just type in Black Goose on SoundCloud. It should pop up when you type that in. But here's a link. If any of y'all I don't know if y'all can copy and paste. And what did I just do? Oh damn, I dropped two. I didn't expect that.
It's for the Twitch too, so I'll do that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just trying to bring in the new year with some good energy. And yeah, man. Like Flu said, man, it's about progression. And you know what I'm saying? Like you say, setup gonna go crazy. And we gonna just keep, you know what I'm saying, striving, man. Y'all give us that 5K this year, man. We won it
The
last
setup
year.
is gonna be no. I already know we're gonna hit the 5 because I'm telling you, man, the setup is gonna be crazy, my nigga. It's gonna be crazy, bro. No cap.
Nah,
I
I'm
already
already.
got in mind everything how I'm gonna put it together and how it's gonna look. Man, they must be on a whole nother side of the game, bro. That car, they tried to back up into their parking spot twice, nigga. Hit that motherfucker like crazy.
Why they just doing their car like that? Like, what y'all thought was gonna change?
Shit, I just think they don't know what's going on. They probably thought they parked good. That's what I think.
That's a shame. That's
That
good
shit
though,
crazy.
bro. I'm glad you had a good day, man. You know what I'm saying? So we
No, you
got Boo
got
Boo.
to, man. Just gotta stay positive.
So we got Boo Boo, Tank, and I feel like there's one more fight. I can't think of them right now. It's
Go ahead,
somebody.
recap it, because I'm not. Once I get back up into the hotel, I'm gonna be back on the boxing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I said I need a little break, but Boo Boo take Boots.
Boots. Okay, that's what. So is it go Boots and then Andrade and then Tank in
Nah, they
order?
got Andre. This is why. That's why I was like one of my main points. What I was saying when it came to Andrade was like y'all want to say like he's looking for a certain fight and he's not. You know, he's ducking niggas, but I'm like he's the third fight on the card. He's not the co-main event. You telling
Damn,
me he willing to take this shit with PBC, and you telling me he ducking? You crazy?
bro, that's like somebody saying I'm ducking somebody going to the gym, and every time he get there, every time he's leaving, I get there. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, you showing up late on purpose, so you don't have to guard him or you don't got to play him. It's like bro, times are just not matching up, bro. Like I'm not gonna go out my way. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different, you feel me? Because there's no promoters or nothing. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not ducking this, man. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know my craft, you know what I'm saying? And he could have a good craft too, but I'm not afraid to come to no gym. Like, why would a boxer that's been training his whole life be afraid of another nigga? Like, nigga, only worst thing that could happen is you gonna lose. I mean, I guess you could die too, but you get what I'm saying? Like, as far as like, as long as nothing freak accident happen, only thing that's gonna worse, you gonna lose. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like ducking for what? Like niggas is getting old, nigga. Like, there's only a few niggas that's ever gonna go undefeated in boxing. So it's like, nigga, you might as well just put it your shit to the test. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, why I don't get why PBC guys always can just stay on PBC and it's good, but then they don't have to go to Top Rank or something, or they don't gotta go to the Zone or whatever other promoter to make the fight. Like they don't gotta sign 10 fight deals. They can sign a 2-fight deal or something. You know what I'm saying? Fight that person and whoever's in that division or that promoting company, fight that person next, and then just go back to PBC if that's what you want to do. Like I don't know, it'd be interesting, man. I don't know why PBC guys is like, you feel me? Like at the top of the top when it comes to like they don't get no fault. You know what I'm saying? Like how come Spence don't gotta leave? Why didn't he get no flack from not having to leave PBC to go fight Bud? But Bud gotta leave ESPN to go fight him. Like what? That don't make no sense. But hey, you know, what do I know, huh? They probably think I'm speaking that gibberish, but I'm not. It's facts. Y'all be trying to gaslight certain people when they out here. You feel me? And it's like crazy too, because it's like y'all don't care about the money aspect, but if somebody like Bud and y'all say, oh, he didn't get $10 million, he got millions regardless. So he's out here getting millions for a fight that y'all claim is he's a bum, he's a tomato can, but then want to praise Spence because he fought somebody like Ugas that wasn't even supposed to be in that position. That don't even make no sense to me. Ugas wasn't even supposed to fight Spence. That happened by Spence getting hurt.
Think about this though. A lot of the stuff you were saying, like I was kind of elaborating on earlier as well, where you know, like Charlie Parker was in here earlier and he said Andrade has the worst resume in all boxing. And like me personally, I was like, wait, so you're telling me Jamal Charlo has a better resume than Andrade? I'm not saying Andrade has a good resume, but Jamal Charlo don't either. Caleb Plant don't either. He just got Canelo and he lost. David Benavidez don't either. I'm like, so it's like I'm trying to
Billy
understand. I'm like,
Joe
okay,
don't either.
say it again.
Billy Joe don't either.
No. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, like in my mind, I'm like, what is the measuring stick? Like, are we making sure it's fair? Are we saying, okay, this person doesn't have a good resume, but neither does this person? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me what we're judging these criterias off of. It just seems as if Andrade has been the laughing stock for the last 3 to 4 years now, just because, you know what I'm saying, he hasn't fought in a U.S. promotion. So a lot of times, us as fans from the U.S., we tend to acknowledge and we tend to kind of put a little bit more weight when it comes to U.S. boxers and if they're fighting other U.S. boxers. And we saw someone like Andrade take a chance and he's fighting nothing but a lot of overseas fighters, UK fighters. Is like, okay, is that why we're calling him a bum? Because he's not necessarily fighting a certain he's not fighting a certain amount of U.S. boxers, and we just automatically assume U.S. boxers are better. Is it promotional wise? Like, what's the case? Because I've looked at Jamal Charlo's resume. His last couple of fights, he struggled in against guys that he shouldn't have struggled against. But yet, we're still talking about Andrade somehow being trash. So for me personally, it doesn't make sense. I'm trying to understand, like, how are we looking at this? It's like, obviously, maybe I'm being a little biased because of who my favorite fighter is and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, I also feel like I'm being fair because I'm like, at the end of the day, when we're talking about all these super middleweights, ain't none of these niggas fight nobody.
Bro,
Nobody.
let's be real, bro. Besides Canelo,
Only person.
maybe Triple G. The Triple G's even kind of might be flawed. But
Triple G
how?
didn't want that Andre Ward smoke. Shit.
No. But rightfully so, though. You know what I'm saying? That'd have been stylistically a bad matchup for
All I'm
him.
saying is I don't get the hate for Andrade. It don't make no sense to me, bro. I'm like, someone got to make it make sense. It just seems like niggas just feel a certain way and they just want to say what they want to say. Honestly. And I'm not mad at that because
What do
maybe
you
I
mean?
do the same thing. But at the very least, I'm like, we can't ignore the facts. Andrade is fighting under the PBC banner. Who would have guessed that?
Long time coming, right?
But he ain't had no choice. It's like long time coming. But I was like, he was under like a 4-year deal with Eddie Hearn. His contract that he signed with Eddie Hearn back when he said there was no such thing as pay-per-view, pay-per-view is dead. That contract he signed with him, it just ran out this year. Actually, he had one more fight left on the deal, and Eddie Hearn was like, I'm not gonna, you can go ahead and go. Because of the Zack Ryder situation.
Hey, I'm gonna say this right now. What is it? It's the 2nd of January, so there's no way I can forget when I said it. Andrade is about to shock the world. And what I mean by that is when these dudes actually try to stop ducking him, because that's what it really is. If y'all want to talk about duck, I don't think nobody's ducking anybody. But when they finally want to be like, okay, I will fight Andrade, he's going to beat Jamal or Benavidez, and then whoever wants it next, if it's Jamal or whoever or Canelo, he's going to beat all these dudes that everybody said he couldn't fight, and he's going to retire undefeated. I'm calling it now.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this to kind of put some things into perspective. Andrade, he's
before you even make that point, if he beats Benavidez, Jamal Charlo, and Canelo, what people gonna say after that? That's all I want to know. You can finish your point. I'm just saying that's what I want to put in there.
No, I agree, but I'm like, let me put things into perspective. Like let's like I'm gonna kind of I want to put things in a sense where the possibility of it happening. Like, how can this happen? Because people will hear that and they'll be like, well, there's no way he's gonna fight him. He's a duck. He never went to fight. So I'm gonna put this on. Anybody who's saying there's not a possibility of these fights happening, one, he's obviously shown I'm willing to go over to PBC and sign with PBC. During the press conference against Desmond Nicholson, he made it clear. He said, hey, I wanted the Canelo fight. I'm 33 years old now. I get it. I'm older. It's not going to happen. That's why I came over here. Guess what? All I want right now, Jamal. That's the only fight I want. That's all I want. Now, as the last couple of weeks, he said, if I can't get Jamal, I want the winner of David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. Now, while I was then is somebody who's been saying, all I want is Jamal, all I want is Jamal, etc. Now saying, I want the winner of X, Y, and Z. Put this into perspective. As long as I've known Jamal Charlo, obviously he's not Jamel, but if someone calls out Jamal, what does Jamal do? He responds. Hasn't it been interesting that we have not heard Jamal respond to Andrade at all in the last month or so?
What's he gonna say? Nothing he can say.
He's going to say he wants that fight.
He don't want that fight. He
So,
wants Canelo, bro. That's what he wants.
but he can't get Canelo. This is the thing. This is why I explained to people a little bit earlier is the Canelo sweepstakes are over. Right? The idea of a PBC fighter possibly getting another chance at Canelo. Caleb Plant took away that one chance. Right? And what really put the nail in the coffin is what? Bivol. Bivol beat Canelo. If Bivol did not beat Canelo, then maybe we're talking about a different story. But as of now, Canelo 2023 is filled up. He's going to fight John Ryder. Then he's going to fight Bivol Cinco de Mayo. After he fights Bivol, depending on what happens, if he loses, we're going to see another tuna fight. If he
Oh, he's fighting
wins,
for ball again?
yes.
Another L.
So if he loses, obviously he's going to need a tuna fight. If he beats Bivol, then most likely we're probably going to see a trilogy against Bivol. Or depending on what weight class, if he beats him at 175, he might try and fight the winner of Better Biv versus Yard. So that's why we're now seeing David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant being made, because that fight would have not been made if Canelo sweepstakes were still out there. So now PBC is like, oh shit. And that's probably why we see Andrade over with PBC. I have a speculation. Allegedly, I think PBC was like, hey, yo, Andrade, I'm gonna offer you this amount of money. You don't got to fight Zach Parker. We need you over here, because they see what's going on now. It's like the power dynamic is done. We can't get that Canelo fight. We don't have the possibility of one of our guys beating Canelo, and now all of a sudden we rule. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, if Canelo loses to Bivol again, what does that do to his career?
It depends on what weight class. Bivol says he wants to fight Canelo at 168, but I think most likely it'll be at 175 again. So if he does lose at 175, and won't do, it will open the floodgates for Canelo to say, I need to do my utmost and everything at 168 to be the greatest. So now if you lose the Bivol again,
I don't know. That's not fair. That's not fair, because when Floyd fought Canelo, they fought at 154. So Floyd is a natural 140er, really, a 135er. He's went up from 130 to 135 to 147. Or am I tripping? Is it 130, 135, 140, 147, and then he went to 154. I think he did 5, right? He went to 5 different weight classes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, but I'm saying, but he's a natural. Like, let's be real. Did he not start at 130?
I think it was 4. I think I started at 135. I may be wrong. I don't remember.
No, because remember, him and AB, and I forgot the 2 other fighters, the only people that went up for weight classes. So he had to do 130 to get to the 5th one, because he only fought 1 time at 154. But anyway,
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
But my point is, if Floyd loses to Canelo at 154, his whole legacy is tarnished. Everybody's calling him a bum. People are saying that all those other fights, he didn't, like, all the validity that they try to say that he fought all these people out of their prime and he didn't want to fight them and did it. All these excuses they want to say Floyd did all this stuff. I feel like him losing at 154 would have made him, oh, he's not the best ever. He's da-da-da. They'd have called him trash. In my opinion, that's how I feel like they would have came at Floyd, because they didn't like the nigga. Still don't like him. But that's what I'm saying. So how is it that if Canelo loses twice going up to 175, it won't do anything? I feel like that's ludicrous. I feel like it has to do something to his career, in my opinion. I like Canelo, but I'm just like, that's not fair, because it's like, when it comes to our black fighters, if something doesn't go accordingly, now over with everything that they've done, like AB, bro, like, I'm not trying to say AB and Canelo necessarily on the same level, but I'm saying AB was at the top of his game at one point, and it's like, because he lost a couple fights to all future Hall of Famers, it's like he's weak. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I feel like it has to do something to him if he loses to Bivol again. Like, there's no way you could just, like, because when Roy Jones lost to Tarver, yeah, people still say Roy Jones is great, but people be like, he did get knocked out by Tarver. He lost to Tarver. Am I wrong?
But you kind of answered your own question in the sense of, it all comes down to what's being pushed through the media, and whether it's the fighter's own fault or the media's own fault, or a combination of both. When you're talking about someone like Floyd, when you're talking about someone like Adrian Broner, they push to the media undefeated. Oh, 0, never gonna lose, right? Well, when you look at Canelo, like we talked about it, or like you said, he lost to Floyd at a very young age. So he was already in a realm when he's fighting where he's lost before. There's kryptonite to him, right? And then also his persona and what he kind of leaned into, it had nothing to do with necessarily winning, but it had more so to do with, I'm embracing the Mexican style, and that's, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's different what was presented and portrayed. So there's a reason why there was such a I guess, an infatuation of, okay, you got to be undefeated when it comes to someone like Floyd and Adrian Broner in comparison to Canelo, where, you know what I'm saying, yeah, maybe at one point that old meant a lot, but he lost it at such a young age. It wasn't as important as it was to, the names previously. So it's like, I do agree with you. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, uh, there's a reason why people are looked at the way they are. And a lot of times it's how they build themselves up, or, what their media team builds themselves up, and what they're going to portray and what they're going to end up putting out there when it comes to, people looking at it and what they're consuming. So as much as I want to agree with you and say Canelo losing to Bivol again would be a hit to his legacy, or it should be seen as a negative or looked in a certain light, it's not going to be looked at that way. I think, especially
No,
if it ends up being that light heavyweight again, if he loses to Bivol, it will be looked at as somebody coming up in weight, losing the first time, giving it another shot, and he'll be applauded for that. I truly believe that, unless he gets like knocked out or something. And that was another thing, like you talked about Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. got knocked out, so
but
there's a different aspect to that.
it doesn't matter though
It
because it's
does.
like,
No, getting knocked out and losing on points is very different because it's off of what you remember. So, like the Canelo versus Bivol fight, we all know Canelo got smoked, but over the course of years, the people are going to look at it and they're going to see the decision, they're going to see highlights, and they're like, man, Canelo really put up a fight, but really in real time, it was like, it wasn't close. See what I'm saying? Where you can look at a Roy Jones fight, he got knocked out. There ain't nothing close. Like, you touched the canvas and couldn't get up.
let's say this:
That matters.
Roy Jones in his prime would smoke Canelo boots.
That doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. I hear what you're saying. You're saying the narrative behind Canelo that won't affect him. I agree with you, but I'm saying it should. And I think that, and we were talking, you were just saying the word fair, right? That's no such thing as that. But to a degree, it's like, what are we doing out here? Are we gonna just let certain people lose and it's gonna be okay? And then when other fighters lose, it's like, oh, now that like say Bud loses to Spence, right? All of a sudden he's gonna be
You
trash.
just answer your question. You said fair. There's no such thing. So you asking for fairness when you know that's not true.
It's just crazy to me. The
That's
bias.
how it goes. And it just so happens majority of the fighters that they expect to be perfect is a certain skin color. And when they not, they're like, what's going on? Like, look at Deontay Wilder.
Oh my gosh, beautiful. That's okay. Boom. You just made a great look. Flu. Is that not the same? Now, granted, gonna be like, Deontay Wilder's not fighting anybody. Canelo's measurement is way better than him. But it's not about that. To me, it's the losses, right? He's only lost twice in his whole career. He's knocked out everybody and knocked down everybody that stepped in the ring with him. But yet somehow they diminish his greatness because they're like, he only does one thing. It's crazy to me. It's like you could say Kareem only did his hook shot. Nigga had 38,000 plus points, nigga. So what are you talking about? Like, it does not matter how niggas is getting the job done. It's getting done,
And it's
right?
funny when it comes to heavyweights, most heavyweights only got one thing. They're
Come
not
on, man.
welterweights, they're not middleweights. Even a lot of like even like Canelo, he has one signature move. We know what it is. Up top, then he's gonna that signature to the body. Right? It's fighters like Demetrius Andrade who has a multitude of things, and y'all be like, man, he's boring. Oh my god. So it's like it's very hypocritical. You know what I'm
But
saying?
bro,
But man,
if he loses to Bivol, what's the difference between him losing to Bivol twice and Deontay losing to Theory twice? Versus Theory's one of the greatest heavyweights to ever do it. Versus Bivol,
we're not
you
sure yet.
know, is Bivol one of the best light heavyweights to ever do it?
As of now, no, not even
Okay,
close. But he might
okay.
end up being. He might end up being in that conversation. He's headed toward that way. But yeah, as of now, we don't know.
Like
So
Bivol's
no,
not
I agree with
better than Andre Ward.
you. No,
He not better than B Hop. He not better than Roy Jones. He not better than Lights Out Tony. Am I wrong?
no, but he has a chance to be there though.
Okay, and I respect that, right? I hope he can continue his legacy. He's only 26 years old or 27 years old.
No, Laval's like 31.
Damn, for real?
Yeah,
My bad.
but
Damn.
in the he's in the heavier weight classes, so that's
Oh,
actually his prime years for the heavier. Like in the younger, I mean, excuse me, in the lighter weight classes, like it's like, oh damn, I'm getting up there, but like
Damn, okay.
for light heavyweight,
I
that's
don't know
it's
why I
like
thought he was 29. Yeah, he's 20. He's 32.
oh, 33. So I was cool.
No, he was a shoot.
But
He
I'm like,
older than I thought. Shit, he was older.
nigga, better Biv is 37,
That's crazy. But you get my point, though. I'm just saying, like,
38. I'm like,
how,
Yard is, I think Yard's only like 31. No, the Yard is like 29.
bro? And like, we can even look at Fury's resume and be like, that shit is not that good,
Yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah.
But
No
I
one ever talks about Fury's resume.
But I test food, and that's what I feel like a lot of us try not to use anymore. We want somebody else. Like that's like me want you to tell me like, um, Kevin Durant is good, and I'm like, okay, Flu told me Kevin Durant's good. Kevin Durant is good. Versus me being like, let me see Kevin Durant and be like, nah, this nigga's not good. He's great. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't use their eyes no more. Like they gotta have somebody else say something, and then they just piggyback off that. It's like, bro, are you using your eyes? Have you ever seen a 6'9", 270 white man move like that in the ring? No, you have not. You can't pull up nobody in the history of boxing that moves like that. He going
Nobody.
like he's 6'2". No, you have not. And we haven't seen somebody 6'7" with the power Deontay Wilder has in the ring.
I really want to see him against Usyk.
Who?
Fury.
Oh, that'd be a great fight. It's gonna be harder than people think too, because
Yeah, because people think
he has
just
trouble with
because
Walling. And think about Walling.
well, people assume just because Tyson Fury is bigger, okay, they both can box. Tyson Fury is bigger, he's gonna be better. I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's much harder for a boxer who's taller to hit a boxer who's smaller, especially when he's very good defensively. So I think we're gonna see Fury miss a lot more than we've ever seen him. And Fury doesn't have power, right? Well, I'm not even gonna get into it, but he had power against Wilder for some reason. But Fury, well, I'll give it. He did knock out White, and then he stopped Chisora. So he does. He's okay. I'm sorry, that was disrespectful. He does have power, but I don't think he has the power to put.
It's not detrimental power.
Yeah,
It's not like I'm afraid of that
yeah,
power. It's more so
he has
like,
to lay on them. He has to continuously
yeah,
land. And I'm like,
man.
it's going to be very hard with Usyk and
Let's
Joe
remember.
Joyce. I'm going to see him against Joe Joyce too, even though I think he beats Joe Joyce. That would be an interesting fight to watch.
You have to put this in perspective, Flu. When he was in his prime, he was around 240, 250. This man is now 280. Adding 40 pounds to your frame, and
Yeah,
you
good
still
point.
punching the same way you're punching, it's going to hurt a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, what are you, about 205 or something like that? Maybe 210?
Yeah, so
So if you was to go 240 and hit a nigga the same way you be hitting a nigga at 205, 210, that 240 punch gonna probably hurt a little more. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You really might
And I'll
knock it
probably be tired as hell after that punch too, nigga.
Bro, you be seeing how some of these heavyweights be fighting.
I could never imagine carrying an extra 30 pounds right now. That shit, I feel, oh Lord. Extra 5 pounds is crazy, nigga. Extra
But that's
30.
what I'm trying to say about Fury. I test it's like, how can you blow up to be that weight and still move that agile and still move that elegantly? You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, how can everybody go in the Waters comments and say he can't box, he can't do this, he can't do that? But yeah, he's going in the ring and everybody's facing that canvas the same
And I'm
way. No
like,
matter.
y'all weird. I'm like, Wilder is 6'6", 6'7". He's coming in weighing in at like 215. And he's
Come on,
knocking out niggas weighing in at 250. I
two
don't
six.
care if that's his only power or his only move. Like, nigga, that's God. Like,
That's
for y'all
God.
to downplay that is crazy. Like, I never understand. Like, watch, people are gonna appreciate it later but it's like being in the era of watching Wilder and how much hate he got. Like, even thinking about his whole career, I don't think there was any point in his entire career where people showed him love. It was a very small niche like fan base that show Wilder love, but majority of even people just have no respect for him. It's crazy to me. It's
And you know what's
I don't
even
understand it.
crazier? His story on why he's even doing boxing,
It's beautiful.
like so selfless though. Like I'm
It
putting
made
my
me
life on the line every night just so my daughter can have a better life, so my kids cannot.
life fucked up, man.
Crazy, bro.
And it's like as much as I respect Tyson Fury and what he's been through, he overcame something that was ridiculously hard to overcome. But it was selfish. It was for him.
Yeah,
Wilder is doing this for his daughter. He did it for his daughter.
Exactly.
And the fact that for some reason people still like I would see him doing like I would watch like new workouts with him, like with Malik Scott and stuff. And as soon as I see the comments, oh man, he would have been such a better boxer if he just knew the fundamentals and da da da. And you know what like irks me the most, man? It's like none of these I like these niggas probably don't even go to the gym just to run on a treadmill.
Meal.
And they got the nerve to talk about a technique in boxing you think you know about because you watch it. You can't even fucking run for 2 minutes without getting tired and got in the pain. It's like life be so crazy to me,
Fuck
bro.
that, Blue. These niggas can't even get into some gloves and do 5 rounds of just mitt work.
Bruh.
I
I'm like,
tell you
but
now, y'all, if y'all think because you athletic and because you got some muscle to you, like I'm not little, like you know, I could be bigger, but I'm not little. Flu had me do 5 rounds. He was like, we're gonna do 5 rounds. I'm gonna do how many rounds did he say he was gonna do? Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm eating this popcorn. But Flu said I'm gonna do he was doing 20 rounds and he was like, you can switch in after I get like a little tired and I hold miss for you, you do 5 rounds. By the second round, I'm not even kidding y'all, bro. My arms and shoulders felt like bricks. Now I don't know how heavy those gloves was, but it doesn't matter. My arm, them gloves felt like I had bricks in them. Like I was punching with bricks. He's like, come on, come on. I'm like, yo, I'm trying. He's like, jab. I'm like, jab. He like, jab. I'm like, God, leave. I do one more jab. My shoulder gonna pop out, man. Like, it's hard, y'all. I don't care what y'all
but
say. Y'all can just pick up gloves and just go. Like, y'all can, it look good when y'all doing all that, but when you
you can
really
do
got
it for two
gloves,
minutes, nigga. When rounds come into play, it change your life. But that's why I be like I get so like upset and irked because I'm like, that's a whole nother level. It's like I know they can't do that, but I'm like, y'all don't even go to the gym just to stay in shape on some regular shit.
yeah.
And you over here critiquing like and you know boxing like yo the fundamentals he's not even turning over on the hook, he's not even sitting down. And it's like when you trained you understand that the fundamentals only matters when you're a beginner. When you're not a beginner anymore, now the fundamentals comes to creativity. Like any professional sport, you want the fundamentals and the foundation, but at the end of the day when you get used to shit and start going you put it into your own creativity and what works for you. Fundamentals are the core, but it's not always going to look fundamentally sound when you're doing what you need to do. Because that's not how shit works. Because at the end of the day, it's an art. So it really bugs me when I see people like commenting on shit and they be like, oh, Wilder this, Wilder that. I'm like, you understand, like, what he does only works for him. That's why he's great.
Bro, the fact that he said he only does swamp work to get in shape for fights, nigga, like niggas couldn't just do no damn swamp work and be like, I'm in shape to go fight a 12-round fight if necessary. Like, nigga, what? But see, like Water is kind of like, all right, it don't look good, right? How he fight, right? But it's like Sean Marion shot and game necessary didn't look good. But the nigga averaged 20 and 10. Nigga, I don't know too many niggas in the league now averaging 20 and 10. And that nigga shot like that. You couldn't tell me you wasn't gonna leave him open. I seen Sean Marion get 40, and he was
Shit.
hitting jump shots.
Last I checked, that nigga Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Everyone said he ain't have no game. He just over dominated people.
And last
All he
time I
did was
checked,
bigger than
he had a
everybody,
hell of a hook shot. I watched some old Shaq highlights. He was going like this, turning around, fade, going over the
right?
top, hook, turn
But no
around.
one really during the time he was dominant. He wasn't skilled. Even now, like people don't really appreciate from skill. When you look at Deontay Wilder, he's dominant. Oh, he's not skilled though. But I'm like, y'all gonna appreciate. Look how he gets that right hand off. Look how he set the
That's it
way
up.
he's able to set his right hand up without doing an actual combination is masterclass. He uses feints, he uses ring control, and he uses the idea of I can hit you with this right hand to set up his right hand. That's beautiful. And people don't understand how like
Even the
crazy that
patience
is.
with it is low key. It's kind of like if you know your mom is gonna pop you in the head,
Yep,
but you just don't know when. You
perfect.
like, and then you just sitting there and she's just like, bam. You like, oh,
Exactly. Like you kind of flinching, like you already like kind of like real, and then
you
it's
like,
like as
I
soon
know
as
it's
you get
coming. She walked
it's
by you, you like, and she like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? You like, I'm just being ready, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
then you
But
kind of
then
get
as soon as you
comfortable,
get
you
comfortable
go
and
to the
forget about it,
refrigerator, open it up, bam, you get
bam.
your slap.
Yeah,
You like,
that's
whoa.
a great. Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's like people don't appreciate it. And they probably never will until maybe like 15, 20 years from now because they're gonna be like, damn, like he was really
We ain't
doing
seen
some
another dude
crazy
like
shit.
this. We haven't seen a 6'7" just animal just really knocking out everybody that step in that ring. Like, bro, the fact that he did Dominic, no. Well, Dominic Brazil, he did bad too. Who's the last person he just fought?
Robert Helenius.
Bro, come on, man. He had that
Look,
man looking crazy. And he didn't even throw a full punch. It was like a half punch.
first time Deontay Wilder fought on his back foot. So he didn't use all his power. You can't throw all your power off your back foot. So
that's God. Like you said, man, that's God, bro. That's really different, bro. Like Mike Tyson was not doing that. And I think Mike
he
Tyson
was little and short. So let me ask you this, because I don't want to stay on too late.
bro.
Beginning of the week. What is your expectations from this weekend? Hector Luis Garcia, Gervonta Davis, Boots, Demetrius Andrade versus Nicholson. What is your expectations? Are you excited for the fight? How you feel?
You say Hector is fighting?
Hector Luis Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. Boots Ennis is fighting. Can't remember the brother he's fighting.
Boots
And then,
is gonna wear out. I don't even know who he's fighting. He gonna wear.
yeah, I
whoever.
don't remember the name. Sorry, brother. I'm sorry. And then Andrade versus Nicholson and Hector Luis Garcia versus Gervonta.
I think everybody's gonna expect Boo Boo to just go 12 rounds and play with his opponent. I think he's gonna do what he did that last fight.
Talk about it. That's how I feel too. I swear, I don't know why I'm confident in it, but I really think Andrade is really gonna show out. I really think we're gonna see a 6-round nasty KO.
Yeah.
It's gonna be disgusting, and niggas is still gonna be like, "Man, you ain't fought nobody. That ain't shit." That's
all I know is Jamal Charlo had a knockout. I can't even remember.
Talk about it.
Knock out somebody.
Shit, I don't know. I still remember when he struggled with Korobov.
So all I'm saying is, when Benavidez knock out somebody, he's been on a 3-fight unanimous decision thing.
Well, didn't he TKO Lemieux, or it was a decision? That was his last fight. I think he TKO Lemieux. But Lemieux is old. Like, he should have done that. Lemieux's like 5'6". It was not a good.
I'm gonna get it right now. I don't miss. Never mind. He DK. Never mind. He's been knocking niggas out. But anyway, he
we want to talk about resume though. I'm like, there's not the niggas you want him to be knocking out.
Darrell, like I like Darrell, but come on, man, that nigga's past his prime.
Didn't Caleb Plant just beat Darrell too?
Come on, bro. So like I'm saying,
hey, if you look at Darrell's record, that nigga been knocked out at least the last 5 fights.
Bro, he fought Jaylon Love, bro. Jaylon, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. We gonna get that nigga that, and then he struggled with Gavril. Is that how you say his name? Ronald Gavril.
I don't know who that nigga is, so I don't know.
He split decision with him, and then he fought him again and won unanimously. So it must have been
Darrell's a solid fighter. He's a solid B fighter for sure. B plus maybe.
I'm just saying. Andrade's got some B fighters that are solid too. He don't get no love. So all I'm saying is, keep the energy.
Talk about it.
Keep the energy.
I'm with that 100%. For real.
Keep the energy. But you got any words?
So what's your no real quick, because I'm like, you was big and fat, like you guys said, but what's your expectations for this car? Like, do you think it's gonna be is this something you think it's gonna be a good car, a little bit late? Because it's the first car of the year. First car of the year.
3 knockouts in a row. That's what I'm predicting.
Oh, really?
Gervonta, Andrade, Boots, all gonna get their knockouts.
Okay.
It's gonna be a hell of a start to the year. That's how I'm seeing it.
So let me ask you this. I should have been asking questions from the beginning because I did want to know your opinion on a lot of stuff. But I'm sorry for that. Does Garcia versus Gervonta Davis happen this year? Yes or no?
I gotta see what happens after the fight, and I gotta see. And Ryan's not taking a tune-up, right?
He is. It is confirmed. I confirmed that earlier today. January 28th. The contract has been signed. I don't know who he's fighting, but it's been signed. He has to tune up.
If we're gonna go the money route, and I think but no, it's gonna be too big to kind of. I feel like if they fight, it got to be in the month of May. I think the month of May is gonna be the money month.
Looking at May or April. April is what they're shooting for.
I think it's not gonna happen in April. I think if they smart, they'll do it in May because you'll have Danny, you'll have Brian, and you'll have Canelo in the same month. So you know that's gonna be money.
Terrence Crawford versus Errol Smith. Does that happen this year?
Late in the year, yeah. I think it's gonna happen in September.
Andrade versus Jamal. Does that happen?
No, Benavidez is more likely than Jamal. Jamal don't want that, in my opinion. I'm not trying to say he ducking, but I don't think he feels like because you gotta remember Jamal doesn't do good with southpaws, and he
Talk
struggled.
about it. Talk. Oh, man, we can go. I'm not even going. All right. Does Fury versus Usyk
With
happen this year?
softball and Boo Boo is fast. It's not like Boo Boo really has his hands down, but he's always moving active, and it's like it's not gonna be an easy target.
He
So
struggled with a
Jamal,
damn near 40-year-old Korobov southpaw. It's gonna be
that's
tough.
what I'm saying. So he doesn't really do well with southpaw. So it's like, and I don't care what nobody say. Andrade is an A fighter, so I'm like, it's not gonna go the way he wants. And I'm like, if that jab is popping like Andrade can make it happen, it's gonna be a very, very long night for Jamal. And I haven't seen Jamal really adjust too well in fights, in my opinion.
Does Fury versus Usyk happen?
I don't know. Fury be acting weird, dog. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough because I'm like, where they gonna fight?
It had to be the UK. That's the only place he can fight.
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I can see Joshua and Fury happening before that, in my opinion. I think Wilder Loki might get that fight. You know, people might not think that's happening, but he's the
Let me ask you,
mandatory.
Wilder versus Ruiz happened before Wilder versus Joshua.
Yeah, because Joshua can't go another loss.
I think Wilder versus Joshua happens first. I don't think Wilder is gonna fight Ruiz.
If anything, I can see Wilder fighting Joe Joyce before he fight. Joshua cannot fight another dude that will give him another L.
I think Joshua doesn't care anymore. I think he knows what it's.
He better care because you cannot go off a loss to Usyk and then get baptized, bro. He's gonna get baptized by Wilder, bro. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Like you do not want to go 3 losses in a row, and then your last
The
loss.
problem with that fight is I don't think Wilder is going to take that fight before it happened in the UK, and I don't think he should. I honestly think Joshua should take the fight. He should fight in the US. So I think that's why I don't think that fight happens.
I just don't think it's gonna happen because at the end of the day, who does Eddie Hearn have left that's really a mega star? Joshua's still a star because everybody in the UK still like him, but it's like they're giving him just a little bit of a G pass because he lost to Usyk and everybody's raving about Usyk. So it's like they kind of not really like getting on his resume too much because his resume still is good if you look at the people that he has beat. But it's like if he loses one more time, how much shine does he really have left? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they can still make fights possibly, but it's like if Wilder does him bad, bro, like Joshua's just sitting there laid out, bro, like
it'd be crazy.
like Fury not gonna fight him after that. He's gonna be laughing at that man. Usyk and Joshua 3 can't happen. So who you gonna fight?
Right.
His best bet is Ruiz at that point, or gonna go fight Luis Ortiz. Like,
we're gonna
so it's
see
like
that.
so I think that to be personally, Anthony Joshua versus Dillian White 3 happens before Wilder and Joshua happens, in my personal opinion.
I agree with that. Actually, I agree with that. Fair enough. We got. There's a lot of fights that supposedly may happen this year. I feel like this is always a narrative when it comes to boxing. I feel like since COVID, we've been disappointed, but I think last year was a big step forward. I'm hoping this year is even a bigger step forward. We're gonna see what's happening. I want to go longer because you already know, man, it's the beginning of the week, so I don't want to go crazy. I gotta make sure I'm off at the right time. I want to appreciate you, Zane, coming in. Salute to you, dog. Any last words you want to say to people?
I want to tell everybody, man, that this is the year that you pick up your bootstraps, no matter if you was low, no matter if you feel like you in the middle of some bullshit because you just got out of some other bullshit. This is the year to just pick your boots up, your straps by your bootstraps, and you just gotta just keep being positive and remember that whatever you going through is making you stronger for something else.
Stay solid, y'all. Stay appreciative. Stay consistent. Man, this you already know it, man. Stay blessed. You already know Much love. Happy New Year. First stream of the 2023. It was fire. Appreciate everybody who came through. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. You already know. From here it's up. And I'm back tomorrow, man. We're staying consistent with it, man. Daily check-in part one with a live after. We're keeping this going solid. I already know. Much love to people. Salute. God's a bitch.